This is the Giants Postcast, your instant game reaction for the San Francisco Giants, part of the Locked On Podcast Network. Your team every day.
Yo, what's up, everyone, and welcome back to the Locked On Giants Postcast. I'm your host, Eric Triple E Engel. You may know me as the former producer for the Murph and Mac Morning Show on KMBR, or maybe from some of these other Locked On Sports postcasts we do. We also do the Locked On Warriors postcast and the Locked On 49ers postcast. But today it was all about the Giants as they pulled off a comeback win to sweep the Should-Still-Be-In-Oakland Athletics today at Oracle Park. And after trailing by 1 run entering the bottom of the 8th inning, the Giants plated 2 in that inning to take the lead with the help of a leadoff triple from Lamonte Wade Jr., a pinch hit RBI single from Pat Bailey. 2 of the guys who have just been down and out all year for the Giants come through big time when the Giants needed it. And of course, Heliot Ramos continues rolling. Home run in this one, got the go-ahead RBI in that 8th inning as well. He's been one of the best hitters in all of baseball since the calendar turned to May. But honestly, for me, today, the bullpen was the shining star. They were dominant as they tossed a collective 5 shutout innings and only allowed 1 base runner. I'm going to explain to you why this is the best bullpen in all of baseball. We'll break it all down, but first, I want to thank all of you for watching us on the Locked On Giants YouTube channel. Please, if you aren't already subscribed, hit that subscribe button right now. Thanks also for listening on the Locked On Giants podcast feed. However you're tuning in, we appreciate you checking out the show. And make sure to check out the Locked On Giants daily show for more in-depth coverage. My guy, Ben Kaspick, always does a great job. And let's just get right to today's turning point, because this one was relatively uneventful for the Giants until late in this game.
Time to reveal where the game was won or lost. It's the turning point.
And the turning point was that start of the bottom of the 8th with Lamonte Wade Jr. in the box. He drives one way out into Triple's alley, rolls all the way into that corner. The 7th pitch of the at-bat, he really was battling plenty of foul balls in that at-bat. Got a 4-seamer up in the zone, out over the plate, out over the outer third of the plate. And he pulled it right into that gap, man. 103.8 miles an hour at the bat, a shot for Lamonte Wade Jr. And that's got to feel good for a guy who has not been very locked in at the dish to start the year. It was a pinch hit situation for him. He came in for Huff. And I mean, it's an interesting move when you're going to Lamonte Wade Jr. as your pinch hitter, but in the situation, looks like Bob Melvin really had the right feel for it. And I get why he did this, because Lamonte has been hitting the ball well. He's been driving it, although it hasn't been finding open spots in the defense. It's been either going right to people, finding gloves, or just going foul. He's been pulling a lot of things just foul lately. So this situation, he paid off for him. His 2nd triple of the season out there to Triple's alley, and it came at the very start of the 8th inning. He was the leadoff batter of the inning, so get a runner on third base to start off that inning, and then he pinch hits for David VR, brings in Pat Bailey, another guy who is only batting 185 this year, below 200, and Bailey delivers with a base hit and drives Lamonte Wade in to tie this one up. So just very, very, very good job by the Giants for getting runners in and being able to move this one along in the 8th inning. Later in that inning, Heliot Ramos singled on a ground ball to left field. Patrick Bailey scored, and Ramos ended up getting thrown out in a rundown. So you would have liked to maybe see Ramos not make that boneheaded base running mistake. But hey, with the way that the bullpen was pitching in this one, you kind of knew that 1 run was all they were going to need to. I mean, it was a really, really, really razor thin margin game today. I mean, the Giants could have very easily lost this one. The A's had a couple chances to really open this one up, especially in that 4th inning, because they had the bases juiced. They were able to score a couple runs on that Lawrence Butler single, but they were not able to get any more. Just 1 for 6 for the A's with runners in scoring position. So the Giants pitchers today did a very good job of limiting damage when it was on the base paths. But honestly, after Justin Verlander came out of this game after that 4th inning, so another note right there, Verlander still looking for his first win, doesn't pick up a win today because he didn't go 5. Bummer for Justin Verlander. Randy Rodriguez picks up the win for the Giants in this one. But I mean, poor Justin Verlander. He just can't buy a win. Even when the Giants win games that he starts, still winless on the season. But hey, I mean, the Giants will take a win any way they can get it, especially when it comes over a lefty, because starter for the A's today, Jeff Springs, left-handed pitcher. This is now 2 wins in this one series over lefty starting pitchers. Giants only had 2 wins over lefty starting pitchers all year long before coming into this series. So you like to see that. The Giants starting to get rolling a little bit, even though they only scored 1 run against Springs. They had to do most of their damage against the bullpen. Worked out for the Giants today. So they managed to hold off the A's. They get the series sweep. And this is a good situation for the Giants to be in, going to face the Royals next on the schedule, and Bobby Witt Jr., and you got all that speed on the bases for the Royals. But I think the Giants are going to keep rolling, man. This team, I mean, they look like a good team, top to bottom. There's not a single player on this team that I feel like should just be jettisoned, which is kind of interesting because in the last couple of years, we've had several players on the Giants that you could just kind of do without. And so far this year, I mean, maybe people are going to point to like a Huff or a VR as those kinds of guys. But I really do think that almost everybody on this team has contributed to a win at one point in time or another this season. There's no dead weight right now on this Giants roster, in my opinion, because even guys like Lamonte Wade Jr. and Pat Bailey, who have been struggling at the dish, come through today. And they've had a couple clutch moments throughout this season. And I like what I'm seeing from this team. They find different ways to win. It's not always by just dominant pitching and good defense. Some nights you've been having offensive eruptions and you're sometimes riding the starter deep into games. Sometimes you're letting the bullpen take over. So I really do enjoy what I've been seeing from this Giants team. I think they look very locked in right now. You're 9 games over 500, and we are in the back half of May at this point, 28-19. Yeah, you're still 3rd in the NL West, but I'm not really too worried about what the Dodgers and Padres are doing in the month of May. I just need the Giants to keep focusing on themselves, keep trudging forward, and just keep playing their brand of baseball. And that's exactly what they did today. And that's what they've been doing for the last week or two. And after that, after getting swept by the Twins in Minnesota last weekend, they come back this weekend and get a sweep of their own at home. So I'm a little bit less salty about them getting swept by the Twins. And I just want to point out, man, last week we took the weekend off. This week, we didn't. We were here for the weekend, and instead of a series getting swept, they have a series sweep. So I'm not saying it's me that did it, but I'm not saying that it's not me that caused the Giants to get the sweep. You know what I mean? We get the Locked On Giants postcast going, and the Giants get a series sweep. It's just the way of the world, the way it's working out. So the Giants keep on rolling. They take the I-80 series, the Battle of the Nut Tree, whatever you want to call it now, from the Oakland Athletics, and they're rolling. They're going to now head into Kansas City, Oklahoma City, Kansas City, basically the same thing. I got OKC on the mind because I just watched them beat the hell out of the Nuggets too. So shout out the Thunder, and hopefully they take care of business against the Timberwolves, avenge that Warriors loss. You know what I mean? So, but for baseball purposes, the Giants, great win today. Great series sweep over the A's. And again, talking about that's just kind of how the cookie crumbles. We're talking about how I don't make the rules with the Giants winning games when we do postcasts and not winning games when we do postcasts, or when we don't do postcasts. I also don't make the rules about how the Giants always beat up on the A's. That's just the lay of the land. You know, the A's will always be the Giants' little brother, and the Giants are going to beat them up wherever they are. Oakland, Sacramento. If they had moved down to San Jose or Fremont, they would have beat them up down there. If they move out to Los Angeles or Las Vegas, they're going to beat them up out there too. So the Giants, phenomenal series. And I'm really impressed by this bullpen, man. We got to get into some of what they did next here on the Locked On Giants postcast. Today's show is brought to you by Wonderful Pistachios. Looking for a snack that's both nutritious and delicious? Crack into a good source of protein with Wonderful Pistachios. Each Wonderful Pistachios is one of the highest protein nuts. Each 1 ounce serving has 6 grams of protein, giving you over 10% of your daily value. Plus, they're packed with fiber and better for you unsaturated fats to help keep you feeling fuller longer. Personally, I love the no shells variety. It's the perfect grab and go snack for busy days, whether I'm snacking at my desk, on a road trip, or just need a quick protein boost, they're always my go-to. And if you love cracking open every shell for that satisfying crunch, the in-shell options are a classic favorite. Tell you what, I was just at the store this morning and picked up a bag of wonderful pistachios for myself for in between these breaks when I'm jumping between jobs. It's perfect because I can just keep them right here at my desk. They're just so easy to snack on throughout the day, and I don't feel bad about it either. They don't make me feel sluggish, don't make me feel weighed down like a lot of these other midday snacks that I have around the house. They actually make me feel good after I eat a bunch of them. So, I mean, they're pretty solid, and they are absolutely delicious. Get snacking and get cracking with the snack that packs a protein punch. Visit wonderfulpistachios.com to learn more. And today's show is also brought to you by FanDuel. The NBA playoffs are in full swing, and every night delivers highlight-worthy performances, major momentum shifts, and can't-miss moments. Whether it's a game-winning shot or a breakout player, there's never been a better time to get in on the action. And FanDuel makes it so easy to stay in the game before tip-off and live. With player props, performance trends, and same-game parlays, fans have more ways than ever to play smart and win big. And I told you guys, OKC, put your money on the Thunder. I know it's the chalk pick, but they're going all the way. I mean, there's no way that the Minnesota Timberwolves are going to be able to stop them. And I don't think that anyone coming out of the East really has a chance against anyone coming out of the West this year. I mean, I think the Knicks or the Pacers are just going to get bulldozed by either the Wolves or the Thunder. I think it's going to be the Thunder. If you're looking for a NBA Finals champion bet, put it on the Thunder, man. I'm telling you right now. If you're new to FanDuel, it's the perfect time to sign up. Head to FanDuel.com and place your first $5 bet. If it wins, you'll get $200 in bonus bets. Make every moment more with FanDuel, the official sports betting partner of the NBA. Welcome back to the Locked On Giants postcast. I'm your host, Eric Triple E Engel, and today, man, I am thrilled with what I saw from the Giants bullpen in this 3-2 win. The Giants improved to 28-19. You're 9 games over 500 on May 18th. I know it's still May, but hey, I mean, this is looking a little more than just like a hot start for the Giants. This looks like the Giants have had some hallmark characteristics of a good baseball team. And one of the main characteristics that they have that tells me that this team is going to be damn good for the rest of the season is this bullpen. I mean, they not only are they leading the league in ERA, they're leading the league in whip, walks, and hits per innings pitched, and they are also the league lowest batting average against for any bullpen, American or National League. They're tied with the Houston Astros for a 194 batting average against. I mean, this Giants team is just rolling right now. I mean, they look so good. They've given up the 5th least amount of home runs of any bullpen in all of baseball. They got 14 wins, man. I mean, that's the second best in all of baseball. Second best only to that team down south that we don't like to mention by name on this show. But the Giants bullpen looks really, really good, man. I mean, they are just rolling every single night. And again, another day where you have the bullpen pitching extended innings. Verlander left after 4 in this one. You left your bullpen out there for 5 innings, and they looked fine. They looked completely fine. 5 innings pitched, 0 walks, 1 hit, and 4 strikeouts. I mean, this bullpen looks to be the best bullpen in all of baseball, and I don't think that's going to change because they're so deep. It isn't just like 2 or 3 top-heavy guys that are just, the same guys, the same arms that the Giants are rolling out there every single day. It's a mix of different guys. I mean, Spencer Bivens looks really good right now, especially considering he's like one of the last arms out of the pen he's utilized in long relief situations. Usually those guys are innings eaters who can take a run or two and just keep on rolling. Spencer Bivens says, I'm going to keep on rolling without giving up any of those runs. Eric Miller, one of the best arms out of this Giants pen, and he's like way down the list of when you're going to use him. He's the only lefty coming out of the pen, and I think that he's just going to continue to be dominant for the Giants out of that bullpen. And Randy Rodriguez, man, he might be the most live arm out of all of them. Like, we talked a lot about Camilo Doval and his bounce back yesterday and how he is just impossible to hit when he's throwing 100 miles an hour on the black. Well, Randy Rodriguez can do a lot of the same stuff that Camilo Doval does, and he can even drop off a few extra miles an hour on those off-speed pitches. And Doval has about a 10-mile-an-hour difference. Randy's got like a 15-mile-an-hour difference between where he tops out and where his secondary pitches sit at. So, I don't know how you hit this guy. He's got nasty movement with that speed. And his ERA reflects exactly what we're talking about here. 0.92 ERA for Randy Rodriguez on the season so far in 19 appearances. 27 strikeouts in 19 appearances. That is bonkers. This guy is averaging sub 1 walks, hits per innings pitched. He's at 0.71. This Giants team is absolutely stacked in the bullpen right now. And you have Ryan Walker shutting the door today, his 8th save of the season. Walker has one of the highest ERAs on the team at 5.29, but I think you trust him. I still trust him at the back end of the bullpen. I don't think that there's really a big question as to who the closer should be right now. Unless the wheels completely fall off, there's no real reason to make a change. But if they do, you have so many backup options. Randy Rodriguez, Camilo Doval, even Eric Miller, all these guys, Tyler Rogers, who had a 4-pitch inning last night. Any of these guys can step in and close games for the Giants in a pinch. And how many teams have like 4 or 5 different guys who you could turn to in a closer situation and be comfortable with? I think it's very interesting that the Giants bullpen has become so dominant this year. We saw shades of it last season. Guys like Eric Miller had great years. Randy Rodriguez showed you some stuff. He also had some growing pains in his first action in Major League Baseball. But this year, this Giants bullpen has really come together, and it's not really that different of a squad than we've seen them have in years past. Like from last year to this year, this is more or less the same group. You just have a couple different guys. You trim some of the fat by letting go of guys like, they got rid of Luke Jackson mid-year last year. Thank God, because that guy was just atrocious, as we saw in that Little League home run game that Heliot Ramos had to walk off against Luke Jackson. So, but you have some of the other guys on this in this pen that were formerly in the starting pitching staff, and they're probably the bottom 2 arms that you're going to have coming out of the pen. We're talking about Kyle Harrison and Jordan Hicks, of course. And by the way, I said Eric Miller was the only lefty in the pen. I forgot Kyle Harrison in the pen now. So now the Giants got 2 lefties coming out of the bullpen, a little bit more balance for them there. But those are pretty much the only question marks, in my opinion, that you have are Jordan Hicks and Kyle Harrison. And Kyle Harrison has enough upside that you're willing to take a chance and roll the dice on that question mark. I still think that there's some hope for Harry. Maybe he can be a solid leverage arm out of the pen. He's got that very high top end speed with that fastball, but he wasn't able to really tap into that as a starting pitcher. We saw him kind of starting to dip around like the 92, 93 mile an hour area with his fastball when he was pitching games deeper into last season. And he's not very effective when that happens, because the whole point of Kyle Harrison is that fastball is live, man. And when he looks like he's got, he's pumping gas, he looks really good, man. And so far he's been averaging 96.2 miles an hour with that fastball in his appearances this year. And I think that he's going to be fine out of the bullpen. And that's kind of my same vibe with Jordan Hicks too, because Jordan Hicks, same issues as Kyle Harrison. Once he gets around to like the second or third time through that lineup, it's not very effective. And he's only really a 2-pitch guy. Same with Kyle Harrison. So these guys, I need them to just do their job in like the 1 or 2 innings that they're going to see out of the pen when they do get opportunities. And I have some faith that they'll do just fine. You look at the rest of the arms in this pen: Bivens, Doval, Rodriguez, Miller, Rogers, and Walker. There isn't a single one of them that I don't have faith in. Even if 1 or 2 of these guys falls off, this still could be the very best bullpen in all of baseball for the rest of the season. So I'm very, very excited from what I've been seeing from them. And just taking a quick peek at the chat, I'm seeing my guy Marshall. Is it time to quit sleeping on Spencer Bivens? He's been pretty clutch. I don't know who's sleeping on Spencer Bivens still, but if you are, wake up, because this guy's been really good. He was one of the best stories in all of baseball last year, breaking in and just having like a MLB debut to remember. And then he was pretty good for a couple of weeks after that. He was used in some spot start situations where I think they kind of pushed him past what he was comfortable with, but he was willing to do it in the situation that they had last season because they needed it. But when he's used in these long relief situations where you need him to be the first reliever out of the pen after a starter, is only able to go 3, 4, 5 innings. He's very good in those situations. He almost always gives you 2 to 3 innings, and it's rare that he gives up more than 1 run. If he's going to give up a run, it's usually just one of them. And this guy's had a crazy, crazy career arc that took him, just to remind people, through France, the Czech Republic, multiple independent league baseball teams before he got his chance to play with San Francisco in the major league. So just a great story Spencer Bivens has been, and he continues to roll, just absolutely dominant today. This whole staff of arms that we've seen coming out of the pen all season long have been so damn good. It's about all the time that we got for you guys today here on the Locked On Giants postcast. We'll be coming to you live tomorrow as the Giants head to Kansas City, where, hey, some good things have happened for the Giants out there in Kansas City in years past. Shout out Mad Bum and the 2014 World Series. But the Giants will hope to relive some of those memories against the Royals on the road with a 3-game series starting tomorrow. Thanks so much for tuning in. I'm your host, Eric Triple E Engel. We'll see you next time. Peace.